There we go. All right, good stuff. And we are streaming into our oil community group. Welcome. We are officially done with October and Halloween and such, and moving right on to holiday, or more specifically Christmas, if I may say that. Is anyone going to be pulling out the tree this week, or am I a complete weirdo? Just let me know. Hands up. Are you like all about it right now? If you're in the US, maybe you're waiting until Thanksgiving. Last year, we set up our tree November 1st, and it was pretty awesome, I must say. And I think we're going to do it again this week. So, all right. Well, I want to welcome everyone in. We have a good group on live in the Zoom room today. We've got about 50 so far and lots of people hopping in. We're also streaming over to our Whole Fit Oil community group. Okay, so if anybody has any problems, if you have friends who want to join and they can't get in the Zoom room, you could let them know that we're streaming there. But for those of you that are on Zoom with us, we are going to do a few giveaways. Today, we want to give away 3 bottles of vanilla throughout the class. So you'll want to hang out and just stay tuned for that. We'll be mentioning the giveaways throughout class. You'll probably want to take some notes as we go, because the giveaways will somewhat relate to what we are all sharing today during this DIY class. Also, if you want to write this down, after we're done, we will upload the recording and the ebook of recipes. We're going to be sharing some really awesome gift recipes with you guys today. If you're wanting to get a head start on holiday shopping, I think if there was ever a year where it's so special to give and receive something homemade, handmade, it's this year, right? This is the year I feel like we're going to see a big return of the handwritten Christmas cards, because we could all use that little bit of joy coming into our mailbox, right? It's just what a great year for that extra connection. So this is a great class if you want to be learning some new ways to put your oils to work. I'm assuming most of you here are already part of our oil community, which means you have oils in your home already. If you don't yet, then whoever invited you can help you get your own Doterra account. But I personally love DIY. I am one of those DIY people. Not everybody is, right? Maybe some of you here are like, meh, I'd rather just buy it. But really, I think you'll find today that the gifts we're sharing with you are easy. It's a fun way to put your oils to work. And I mean, one of the coolest things about this lifestyle is you buy that bottle of vanilla, perhaps to help you sleep, right? Or perhaps to help with some skin issues. It's just the ultimate soothing oil. But you get this bottle in and you have 250 drops in a bottle, and you want to learn extra ways to stretch it, right? And so we're going to teach you ways to take those same oils you might be using for sleep or for skin or for emotional well-being, and we're going to teach you how to make gifts with them. Okay, so that's going to be super fun. So what I wanted to let you know was there will be an ebook with all of the recipes we share, and then some. We're going to share some extra recipes and fun ideas in this ebook with you. It's going to be uploaded at the end of this week, probably by Friday. If you want to write this domain down, it will be www on the World Wide Web wholefit.com/holiday class. Okay, so that's where you'll want to go, and you can share that link out with friends and family, anyone who might want to venture into oils. This would be a fun time for them to start, because we're going to give them some really cool ways to use the products. The second piece of intel I wanted to give you was Doterra's holiday products launched today. I'm sure a lot of you received the email. You may have already placed your order. Let us know if you already placed your order. Let us know in the comments. Susan, can you just correct that link and put a dash, HOL-FIT.com? And if anyone's sharing links in the chat, just put http:// in front of your link, and then everyone here can click right through from the chat box. Thanks, Susan. So the holiday products launched today. There are about half of the products that have launched today, and the other half will launch December 1st. Doterra typically does this staggered kind of launch to keep it extra fun, right? But we have an extra layer this year with all of the shipping challenges, all the cargoes that are held up at the docks right now. I'm sure a lot of you have experienced some of that. We've been doing IKEA closets at the house here, and half of the order is not coming until next March. So, we have like very unhappy looking closets at this point in time, but that's just the way of the world right now. And so some of the holiday products have been delayed. We are expecting them by December 1st. If you guys want to see a clean list of what launched today, what's a little bit delayed, and then what launches December 1st, I made a post in our oil community group last night, and it's all detailed there for you. But one other link I want to give you guys, perhaps I can have Susan type it into the chat. If you want to browse the catalog, bit.ly, so bit.ly/DT holiday 2021. Okay, so if somebody could type that in, that'd be awesome. And we're going to go ahead and get started now, you guys. So what we're going to be doing, there is 6 of us on with you. Myself and my business partners are here today. We've got Susan Bursick, Megan Terzes, Britt McDonald, Rebecca Leonardis, Colleen Newton. Who am I forgetting? Or is there just 5 of us? And then myself. I'm here. Okay, I'm number 6. This is going to be a good one. Okay, so Brittany is going to kick us off, you guys, and we're going to be sharing with you our favorite gift to make, and they're not crazy hard. Okay, they're pretty simple. As we go along, we will mention where you can purchase some of the extra supplies you might be needing. Some of the DIYs can actually be used from upcycled bottles. Maybe you have some empty 10 ml roller bottles from Doterra. Save those, because you can boil them, clean them. You can use some lemon to remove the labels, and that'll get rid of all the adhesive, and then put them away for making gifts. And one of the DIYs you're going to learn today does use roller bottles. Okay, so we'll mention if there's a place that we like to get certain supplies from. But let's kick it over to Britt McDonald, and she's going to start off our first DIY.
Thank you. Okay. Sorry if I'm echoing. We're in a new house. I'm testing out spaces here, guys. Okay. So today's DIY is a room spray. So this is one of my favorites to use all the time throughout the year. But for holidays and teacher gifts and like gifts for like that my kids and me, like you're just, going to somebody's house for a party. These are the most inexpensive, simplest things you can do. Now, I like to use my On Guard Mist bottle or the Terra Shield bottle. I like to upcycle those. These are like the perfect gifts, perfect size. So you can do that. Or in our home throughout, I've got glass bottles as well. Different sizes. You can just play around with the recipe and increase the drops or decrease the drops. So really quick and simple. I'm going to show you guys this one. So I've already filled it like 3/4 with water. I like to do the water first because if you do too much water at the end, then it ends up spilling over and you've got too much oils that you've wasted. So water first. And then some recipes call for using like vodka or witch hazel, but I keep it really simple and I use some Epsom salts. So I just take like a pinch of Epsom salts and put them in the bottle, because what that's going to do, it's going to like mix the oils in the water a little bit better. And then my favorite recipe is frankincense, grapefruit, and Douglas fir for this time of year. So frankincense, I would go a little bit lighter on. So I usually put about 10 drops of this one in. And then grapefruit and Douglas fir, depending on what you want it to smell like, I do equal drops of each, which is usually about 20 drops in this size bottle that I've got here. I would do less if you're like reusing one of your spray bottles, okay? And play around with it. If you use different scents, different oils, you can keep it super simple, and you could actually use some of the holiday blends. Holiday Peace is like one of my favorites. So you could just put Holiday Peace in there on its own and put it all in, shake it up, and then you've got a room spray. So any of the rooms of your houses, I like to spray it on some of the linens. Also cards. If you give holiday cards, if you're sending holiday cards, you can just mist them on there. But these are great to have in your home and to give away. And also the new vanilla. I've been experimenting with some citrus and some vanilla in these room sprays. So hopefully that's nice and simple for you guys. And you can give that a try.
Awesome. I love the idea of spraying greeting cards with them or Christmas cards with them. That's really fun. There are some cards that people have attached little cork or felt like hearts to, or you could stick a little felt heart in an envelope, right? And drop a few drops of holiday joy, or Douglas fir is a great one, like Britt mentioned, was in that recipe. So I think the 3 oils Britt recommended was Frank, grapefruit, and Douglas fir. I love that combo. That's awesome. Okay, we are going over to Susan next. I'm gonna pin, replace, there we go. And Susan's going to share with you guys some fun roller bottles.
Hello, everyone. This is so awesome. I can't believe we have so many people on live this afternoon. I think that's a good sign of like people being ready to just put a personal touch to their holiday gift giving this year. And also I remember, you know, like my first couple of years playing around with my oils, it was really cool to just start to see how far you could stretch your bottles and all the different ways you could make things to replace things you've already been purchasing. So I'm going to show you guys today how easy it is to make a roller bottle. And in the little guide that you're going to get later, you'll see really simple ways that you can jazz up a roller bottle blend. But this was one of the things I had the most fun playing around with when I first became a customer. So what I have here is a empty glass roller bottle, and I'll share some links when I'm done, or maybe some of the girls that are on right now can share some links of where they like to buy glass roller bottles, but you can also get them in your own Doterra back office now as well, which is really cool. I think they're all just the amber glass bottles, so the brown ones. But sometimes it's nice to do clear ones. And if you go on to Etsy and some of the different oil supply shops, you can get ones with pretty colored lids and just different labels and blends. So depending on how much you want to get into it, there's lots of different options. So we're going to make a blend today called Mindfulness, which I really loved because it has a lot of the basic oils that you probably already have in your collection. And I think it's just a good tagline for this time of year, right? More mindful gift giving, maybe more mindful spending, more mindful moments with the people that you love this time of year. So we're going to start with an empty glass roller bottle, and I am using 5 different oils for this blend. So we're going to start with frankincense, and this is how simple it is. So again, I think the whole point of this class is to show you guys how easy it is to actually make things up. So we're going to start with 4 drops of frankincense. Really simple. And just so you know, with these recipes, when it comes to rollers, you could go heavier on your oils if you like as well. So if you want to make them stretch, just go with the recipe I'm going to share. But if you love something that's a little bit more potent, a little bit stronger of an aroma, you can break rules. So we did 4 drops of frankincense, which is such a beautiful oil that a lot of people get for free in December. So you can stay tuned for that. Then we're going to go with 4 drops of peppermint. And you could literally stop there. Frankincense and peppermint together are beautiful. Then we're going to throw in 3 drops of lavender oil. And again, if you're watching closely, you'll see that sometimes 4 or 5 drops fall out. Then we're going to add some grapefruit oil. 3 drops of grapefruit. And then we're going to finish with some rosemary. And rosemary might be one that you don't have in your collection yet, but it's a great oil for focus and memory. And it's a beautiful oil to add to your scalp for promoting hair growth and just adding to shampoo. And it's got a really, really cool aroma that's going to really make this roller bottle smell beautiful. And then what I really love is that Doterra now has the sensitive skin carrier oil, and it comes with a dropper. I am pretty known for making a mess when I try to put my carrier oils into my oil. So I love that this one comes with a dropper now. So throw it in like that. And I'm just gonna show you guys a couple of examples of filling it up. I'm not gonna fill it up because I already did one that I can show you, but you'll also see here, you can do something cool like adding little stones into the bottom of the roller so that if you're giving it to somebody who just loves something unique, you can see those stones kind of rolling through the roller bottle when you're done. Throw your cap on once your carrier oil is filled up. You can put a ribbon around it. You could tie it with some twine. I also found a couple of gift card boxes. So if you're ever at a checkout where they sell gift cards, or maybe at the dollar store, I think that's actually where I got this one. The little boxes that carry gift card holders actually hold roller bottles perfectly. So you could do up an assortment of blends. I think you could probably easily fit about 4 roller bottles in a gift card box, and the lid fits on perfectly. You could also take a finished roller bottle and add it as a gift topper. So you could tape it onto a gift. And I think if you just like had 5 or 10 of these made up and you carried them around in your bag, you know how you run into people unexpectedly sometimes through the holidays, or you catch yourself in a moment where, oh, I would just love to be able to like put something in this friend's hand and just show my appreciation. This is really cool. You could have these on hand to be able to take at a moment's notice, hostess gift, running into somebody you didn't expect to see. Just, you know, those moments when you're sort of caught like, oh, I just wish I had something to gift right now. Use your oils, get some roller bottles, make them up. You could probably do 10 in 10 minutes and have loads of gifts ready to make. All right. I think we're going to do a giveaway now, right?
Yes, we are. Thanks, Susan. That was awesome. I love making roller bottles. And just so you guys know, I don't know if Susan mentioned this, but the Doterra roller bottles, let me just grab one. Don't mind my my look today. It's very professional. Okay. So inspiring fashionistas everywhere right here. Okay, so I wanted to show you a quick tip. So when you have an empty Doterra roller bottle, I'm sure you guys know this, but I just want to show this. So you can refill it. You don't have to purchase. And what we typically recommend is 20 to 30 drops of essential oil for an adult, and anywhere between 10 to 15 drops for a child if you're making your own. Of the essential oil, and then you top up with fractionated coconut oil. But the easy way to get these caps off, because you know Doterra has the stainless steel, which you definitely want to look for when you're buying roller bottles for gifts, because the plastic does not roll very nicely. But what you do is you take your cap and you use it to pivot the roller bottle right off the top. I'm trying to do this with great control, but you can see here, it just starts to lift the roller bottle. Okay, then you can refill it. So always save your empties is the point. But thank you, Susan. That was awesome. And I can literally smell those oils together as you were talking. They all smell so delicious. Speaking of oils, let's do a giveaway for vanilla. The first person to correctly list in the comments of our chat box, okay, ready? What were the 3 oils that Brittany recommended for the room spray? Put them all together in your comment. Okay, we have a winner. Hold on. I think it was Erica. Let me scroll up. See, you guys got to be quick. We have like 60 people in here at a 2 p.m. class, which is so epic. Erica. Okay, yes, Erica got it right. She was the first one there. Erica, I don't see your last name there, so I'm going to just type into the chat. If you could please email my assistant Jill at teamwholefit@gmail.com with your shipping address, and we will get this bottle of vanilla out to you. We're giving away 2 more of these during class, you guys, so stick with us. And if you haven't yet ordered vanilla, it launched last month, right? And it's probably one of the most popular products of that entire launch we had last month, so you might want to consider adding it to your order this month. You can use it all 3 ways. We love to diffuse it. It's one of the most popular aromas in the world. But right when you're using a pure vanilla, you're not getting all of the toxic fragrance, right? That really just starts to build up in our body. So we want to go pure when it comes to how we're aromatizing our home. Okay, so next we are going over to Colleen Newton, who is going to be streaming. Her DIY is a little more involved. Okay, so this is for those of you that want to get a little fancy with your gifts. I'm just gonna pin Colleen. There we go. I can hear you, Colleen. Oh, you're so adorable. Hello, take it away.
Okay, so yes, this one is a little bit more involved. However, It's so super simple that when you guys make this, you're gonna be wondering why you never made them before. I personally never made candles until last year, and they were such a huge hit, whether you're using them for hostess gifts or teacher gifts. I host a holiday open house for my community every year as well, and I had them here for people to purchase, along with kind of teaching them how to make them, and they were a great big hit there as well. So I'm going to walk you through the ingredients. Now, one of the things I love about this DIY is it is the most simple way to decrease your toxic exposure in your home. So how many of you are like ex-Yankee Candle queens? Because I know I am for sure. Like, I would follow my nose around the mall until I found the store. And now if I get near the store, or if like my mom is still burning one, I get an instant headache. So this is just a great way to not only clean up the toxins in your home, but politely ask people around you to do that as well, or, you know, help them take that step in ridding their home of some chemicals, unnecessary chemicals. And we know that synthetic fragrance is a huge one. So when it comes to your candles, what I think is important is your ingredients. And once you have your ingredients on hand, that's kind of half the battle, okay? So this is a gigantic bag of natural soy wax. I got this on Amazon. I got most of my stuff on Amazon. So you're gonna need that. This is organic coconut oil from Costco, okay, the big jug. And then organic beeswax pellets. I like the pellets because they melt down very easily, okay? So that's literally all you need besides your jar and your wick. Now for jars, I got the 4-ounce jars. These are from Canadian Tire. I'm sure you can also grab them at Walmart or on Amazon as well. Last year, I had a really hard time finding them. I think it was because we were into many people staying at home, doing DIY gifting or doing a lot of canning, and they were a little bit scarce to find. But a tray like this is around like $10 at Canadian Tire. So super simple. There are like, how many in here? 12. Okay, and then for your wicks, so I personally love the look of the wood wicks. Now, the one thing is they're a little bit finicky to get the candle going. So I have an example here, and you can see, like, it just is a cuter look to me, the wood. But when you get them started, you kind of have to like swirl it around a little bit. So I don't know if you want to let people know when you give that to them, but I was sending out a lot of messages for people of how to get them actually to get a good flame going. Once they're going, they're great though. And I find them a little bit slower burning. Now, one thing about the other wicks that you can get is a lot of times they're coated in paraffin wax. So if you're trying to make your candles as clean as possible, I personally, like I said, like the wood. But they come like this. So there's a little fastener on the bottom and then your wood stick. And I'll show you how I secure those in a second. All right, so now here's the most intimidating part. I'm gonna get on my, it's good that I've been muted for the last little while because you couldn't hear my stove jingling in the background, but I'm gonna put on my oven mitt and bring it over to show you guys. Okay, so this is a double broiler, all right? It's very easy. All you're doing is in your pot, putting about like 2 inches of water in the bottom. You're gonna let it boil and you're gonna sit your other glass container in your pot. Okay, so when they say double broiler, it sounds really fancy, but it's actually not at all. So inside there, I just put my my mixing bowl. So this is just a Pampered Chef mixing bowl. And then you're just gonna drop all your ingredients in here. So you're gonna put your 3 tablespoons of the soy wax, 1 tablespoon of coconut oil, and 1 tablespoon of the beeswax. And you're gonna melt it all down. Now that recipe is to fill, I believe it's a 2 or 3 ounce container. So I doubled it because my jars are 4 ounce. So you don't want to have like a half full jar, right? So that is about the amount of liquid for 1 candle. Okay, so that's why I have that giant bag of soy wax, because if you want to make a decent amount of candles, you're going to need a big amount of ingredients. Okay, so after that, all you're going to do, can you hear me okay when I'm this far away? Okay. So here's my jar and here's my assembled wick. Now what you want to do is dip the bottom of your wick in the wax. So then it will be secured to the bottom of your jar. Okay, so that's going to help it not slip around while you guys are pouring the wax in. So dip and stick. And you know, the wax dries really super fast, so it's going to be secure in there very quickly. Now I'm going to take out my melted liquid and I'm going to drop it into the jar like so. Okay, and you can add your, I should have already told you, I added my essential oils to that as well. So you're going to add your essential oils. That's just been kind of cooling on my stove for a few minutes. So I don't put the oils in as I am boiling it, because you want your essential oils to stay as intact as possible. So I add my oils once the boiling process has been done. So I just have a couple here to show you guys exactly which ones I like to use. So Holiday Joy obviously is a hands down winner this time of year. It's like Christmas in a bottle and everybody loves it. So that is what I love to use in the candles. Now another one obviously is Holiday Peace. Smells like a Christmas tree. So especially for people who don't use a real Christmas tree, this is a nice one to set that Christmas tree smell mood in the home. Last year, I also did kind of in between Thanksgiving and Christmas candles. So Harvest Spice was a great one as well, because people loved getting that one going in the kitchen during that season. And you can also just come up with your own scent, and you can make these any time of the year. So if you have a friend who loves citrus bloom, or you know, Mother's Day, or really anything, you can make them with any scent. I have done them with citrus bloom before and people went crazy for them. So now you do need quite a few drops of essential oils in them to make them smell. So I used about 30 drops for one candle. If you're doing a larger batch, I wouldn't say you have to use quite as much. And then what I love to do before I seal the jar, which looks like this, is I take a little dab of Holiday Joy on my finger and I just kind of rub it along the top of the candle and on the wick. So when they open the candle, it's like this aromatic, amazing experience as they smell their candle for the first time. So when you're packaging it, you can just get the lid on there. These labels, again, I just bought sheets of labels from Amazon. You can get them printed somewhere if you want to make them a little fancier. I just use my handwriting. It's, you know, gives it that kind of cozier feel. And then I just buy some string, or you can use some gift wrapping string, whatever you like. And then I just kind of make it with a cute little bow on it there. Now, those are the candles. I think I got everything. The recipe is going to be in the ebook as well, but you can see like they're very easy to do once you have all the ingredients on hand. Now, the other thing, recipe that I suggested we share in the ebook is a chapstick. Now, these are also, again, once you have the ingredients, really easy to make, and it's the same double broiler effect. So you would get all your ingredients in that double broiler, melt it down, and then it just depends what kind of essential oil you want to use. I personally love peppermint, because then you get that nice tingly sensation on the lips, and it smells really great. It's very, you know, invigorating, as peppermint is. And then as far as containers go, this year, I have used plastic tubes in the past, but trying to be a little bit more conscious of waste. So I bought these little reusable jars this year, again, from Amazon. So you can just, once you have your chapstick ingredients melted down, you can just pour it into this jar. And then I just made these little cute labels on Vistaprint. So it just says peppermint chapstick on it. And then if you wanted to, especially if it was just for you, then you could refill them again and again once your stuff is, once you've used it all up. So that is all for me.
That was awesome. You look so cute. Thanks for dressing up for us today.
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, so we'll include both of those recipes in the ebook, you guys, because I know it's a lot of information, but I think it's really helpful to see how easy it is to make them. And one of the things that I mentioned in the chat there, when you're making candles, especially Harvest Spice and Holiday Peace, which she mentioned, they both carry very nicely into the air. It's better to work with oils that have a heavier base to them, like patchouli or vetiver. Eucalyptus would be another one, cinnamon. They're going to aromatize longer. If you're using oils like any of the citrus oils, even with the vanilla, you'll find you'll need a little bit more. So just got to play around with it a little bit. Make one for yourself first, light it up, have a nice bath, which we're going to go to next, and just see how it does working in your space. All right, so next we are going over to, I believe, Rebecca. I need to find Rebecca. Where is she? Start talking, babe.
Kitchen.
Okay, hold on. I gotta find you.
Okay.
So nice to have
that
so many on.
Colleen, that
There
I
you
can't
are.
wait to those.
Okay, I'm just removing myself and over to you.
Okay, hey everyone. I've got a super simple one for you. We're gonna do a detox bath recipe, but it's also, sometimes when we think detox, we don't also associate it with nourishing. And it was really important to share this particular recipe because over the holidays, we all know things can get a little chaotic, sometimes a little stressful. So we do need to decompress, which is what makes this such a great gift idea. But because of the season, we also know that conditions are very drying. So when you're using any type of personal care product, I always highly recommend that you look to make sure that it is extremely gentle on the skin and can provide hydration to the skin. So this recipe is super easy. Honestly, you can make this in bulk. You can teach it to your kids in a couple of minutes and set them to task. Like, this is a great way to keep them busy and have them create gifts for their friends, family. Basically anyone could whip this up. So let me just quickly show you what it is. You're going to need some really basic ingredients, most of which you already have in your home, like Epsom salts. So you're going to start with this one. You're going to use 3 cups of Epsom salts, and I'm just pouring this into a great big bowl. It's actually our weekend popcorn bowl. Next thing you're going to do is add some baking soda. And I get a lot of questions about baking soda. Most people can use baking soda, but if you have challenges with it, if it irritates you in any way, you might want to look to upgrade it to an organic baking soda, and that can come, just look up Bob's Red Mill. It has, the reason this one is so great, no added aluminum. So if it's aluminum that is the irritant for you, then this might change things up for you, or you could always look to substitute with arrowroot powder. Okay, so that is going to get added to the Epsom salts. And we are doing 2 cups of the baking soda mixed with 3 cups Epsom salts. Of course, you're going to stir that up, mix it up really, really good. That's your base, as easy as that. Now you're going to look to add that hydration that we talked about before. And we're going to add 2 different types of oils. We're going to use coconut oil. So you can do this one of 2 ways. You can either, most of us have some kind of coconut oil in our home for cooking or whatever. Typically, we're going to recommend organic always. So you can melt this down and use it in the recipe. Or if you're someone who orders the fractionated coconut oil regularly on your LRP order, don't even go to the hassle of melting your coconut oil. Just use the fractionated, okay? I'm going to go ahead and dump that in. How much of that did I use? 1/4 cup of melted coconut oil. And then we're also going to add another 1/4 cup of almond oil. Again, you can break rules here. You can deviate from this. You're going to use 1/4 cup of an oil that you like. So if you love jojoba oil, use that. If you like rosehip oil or avocado oil or something like that, do that. But you're going to add it to that Epsom salt and baking soda mix. Here's where you're going to want to make sure that you're mixing it up really good. And this is why this is so fun for kids. They always like being in the kitchen and mixing things up, right? And the end result, it actually looks like snow. So this is kind of fun for them from a creative standpoint. And I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see that really well, but it ends up looking, it just clumps just enough that it looks like snow. You've now got your base all set. Now you want to go ahead and add your essential oils. It couldn't be simpler, you guys. because we're focusing on a detox bath and something that is really nourishing, I've opted to show you Rosemary and Lavender. I gifted this past Christmas as well as the Christmas before. People are bonkers over this. If they've never tried this pairing before, they're always really pleasantly surprised to discover what it does for them. Lavender, you guys have likely had experiences with lavender. It's very calming. Rosemary, Susan mentioned rosemary already in one of the roller blend recipes, creates focus. And what's so nice about this, everyone in the household can use it, kids included. It really helps you digest what's going on over the holidays, the good, the bad, all of it, right? You're only going to use a small amount of essential oils. And this is one of the reasons I love this recipe. You're going to use 10 drops in total. So you can decide if it's 5 and 5 or if it's 4 and 6 or whatever it is. And the reason you only need to use such a small amount, first of all, you guys already know this, doTERRA oils are super potent, but they will continue to infuse throughout the Epsom salts. So it actually seems as though it's getting stronger. So you don't need to use a whole lot. Of course, if you experiment with this on your own and you discover you need a little bit more over another, that's totally on you. But I'm going to do 5 and 5 because that's what I've always worked with in the past. Okay. And 7 snuck out, so 7's the lucky number for today. And then we'll add equal parts on the other side of the lavender. And of course, you're back to the mixing. Again, get the kids really mixing that up. Good upper body workout over the holidays. Now, that is it. It is done. You can do what you want with it now. You can start jarring it if you want to, but I always think, why not make it even prettier? If this is going out as a gift, why not take it to the next level for someone? So watch this. In your area, you might have to fiddle around and figure out who makes these things available to you. But if you can find lavender buds and rosemary, like dried the herbs themselves, add it to this mix because it is so beautiful when someone uses it in their bath as it dissolves in the bath and they've got this herb mixture floating in the tub with them. Really, really pretty the way it looks in the jar as well. And you can experiment with the amount that you choose to use. Now in my local area, there's a place called, so I'm local to London, Ontario. There's a great place called Candora Soap. But I believe Colleen's mentioned Amazon. I bet you if you searched around on Amazon, you could probably find the dry herbed version of this. You want to mix those in just for aesthetic purposes. It's not necessary, but it's a really nice extra touch. And you're completely done. What I'm going to suggest to each of you in terms of how to gift it, get really creative with the jars. We've already seen the little jars that you can use for your candles. You could also use them as 1 or 2 time use bath gifts. You could upgrade to a more cosmetic style jar. This looks, you know, like something vintage that would sit on somebody's dresser. Or if you go into places like, I found this one at the bulk barn. You can make up, do this for yourself actually, do this for yourself today, experiment with this. Fill this right up. That way it can sit at your bath station or wherever you keep your bath products. And each time you go to create a bath for yourself, you can just reach in and get a scoop. Bringing me to my next point. Wherever you can buy coffee, you're going to find the coolest things to add to your bath soak. Something that they could easily attach to the jar. So mine always sits like this. Super duper cute, right? Makes a great gift and gives somebody an idea of how much to actually use. Or these little scoops. Once upon a time, this used to scoop our ground coffee, but now it can be added with some twine around one of these to use as a bath, you know, sprinkle that in the bathtub. You can have a lot of fun with how you choose to decorate these. Because the hard part's over. You've just made a million different gifts. And I might also add, because you're using so little essential oil, there's 250 drops in this. You've got about 50 bath soaks you can make with 1 bottle of essential oil, you guys. It's insane how inexpensive, practical, and awesome this is. You can get cool little labels at the dollar store that say sweet little things on them like handmade with love. Slap a sticker on it, wrap some twine around it. You've got a beautiful gift that you can give, that your kids can give, and you've had a whole lot of fun. And it has about 1 million health benefits to it. So I hope you'll put that to use for yourself tonight. Make a big batch for you, and then make a list of people you'd like to gift it to.
Oh, that was super sweet. I love that gift idea. And I like how you showed the various jars that you can use. And again, hang on to all those mason jars that you have. I have a whole cupboard in my kitchen dedicated just to empty mason jars. My husband loves it. But you know, they're great to use for gifts like this. That is an awesome one, Bex. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna do another giveaway. Are we ready? So we're gonna do another bottle of vanilla. First person to let us know what was an oil that Bex mentioned is great for focus. Oh my goodness, you guys are good and fast. Look at you, all right. I wish I could give you all a bottle of vanilla, but our first winner is, let me scroll up, Stephanie Johnson. Stephanie Johnson tends to win a lot of things in our community. And you know why? Because she shows up. She's on all the classes and all the Zooms, and yay, go Steph. Okay, Steph, we've got your address, but maybe it'd be best if you just shoot Jill an email so we keep it all nice and tidy. So if you could send that to teamwholefit@gmail.com, we'll get your bottle of vanilla out to you. All right, we are going over to Meg Terz's next. I'm gonna unpin.
Hello, hello.
There you are. Hello, looking beautiful in red. I said to the girls, I'm like, hey, let's wear some flannel or plaid or something for the class. And she's like, oh, I just actually got rid of all of my plaid shirts. And I'm like, do I even know you? Like, I live in I live in flannel. I even make new words up because I love them so much. Anyway, looking beautiful in red, in rouge.
Well, you know, it was fun. I pulled out the Christmas mug. I even grabbed some little Christmas trees to decorate today. I have holiday peace diffusing. I'm feeling all the feels this morning. Or today.
And Meg's does a beautiful, she has 2 Christmas trees in her house. So I'm expecting to see those go up pretty soon.
There will be. Something about,
all right.
I feel like this is going to be a really awesome holiday season, and I'm already feeling the holiday spirit already, and it's only November 1st. So
Same. Anyway. We are not wasting any time here.
No.
Okay, take us through your DIY. It's a good one.
All right, guys, welcome to my kitchen, my humble abode. I am coming at you live. I'm going to be talking about a couple things. Now, actually, I was going to talk about 2, but Bex just did the Epsom salt bath, and she did such a great job with that. One little thing about myself is I'm not the biggest DIYer. I love it. I always find that Doterra tends to do it so well when it comes to so many things. But one thing I am going to share with you, because one of my favorite products that Doterra carries is actually their body scrub or their sugar scrub. Have you guys tried that product? It sits in my shower, but it's a product that I feel like so many people, especially as we head into the winter months, we can tend to have dry skin, and exfoliation is so big and we tend to forget to do it. So I think this is a really fun little gift that you can give people, throw it in stockings, take it to people's homes, gift it to friends. And also, like Beck said, you can make it with your kids and have fun and make this as a DIY gift. So I'm going to share that really quick. I'm going to do a peppermint sugar scrub with you guys. And again, in terms of jars, you guys have shown so many cool jars, but just any mason jar. Now, this is just a little one that I had available in my house right now. It's just kind of like a little guy with a little white lid there. And again, we'll post and share all of the measurements and all of these things, but we have here white sugar. So again, it's just literally, we're going to use 3 ingredients in this. We have white sugar, we have coconut oil, or you can use your fractionated if you want. And then we are going to use 12 drops of peppermint, and that's it. It might seem like a lot, but we want this scrub to be invigorating. We want to be able to feel all the feels when scrubbing. All right, so we are going to get our measuring cup. We are going to do 3/4 of the white sugar. So bear with me. I'm going to tilt my screen down a little bit so you guys can see. It's kind of hard when you're in your kitchen and trying to figure out. I think I needed books or something to rest my computer on. Anyways, okay, so there's 3/4 cup. All right, I'm gonna just dump it into this little bowl because we got to do some mixing. And then we are gonna do 1/2 cup of coconut oil. So I just have this organic coconut oil here, and it's a little, little clumpy here. We're going to do a half a cup. All right. Let's see if I can just pour this in. All right. And then we're going to just add it right to our sugar. Going to mix this around. And then we are going to do our 12 drops of our peppermint into this mix. 11, 12. Okay, so once we have our drops in, then we can go ahead and we can continue to mix around. We want to make sure that all of that sugar gets coated with the coconut oil. And you can see it just starts to kind of go a little bit liquidy, and you get that consistency. If you guys have used the Doterra body butter before, you want it to have that kind of oily, a little bit more of a liquidy consistency, not too dry. So you don't want to see a lot of that white sugar. You want to see that it all starts to blend together. And then once you do, you probably, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but once you get that consistency, then you can go ahead and add that to your little container. And then what's always fun is that you can just decorate it with a little bow. You can add on, I think these are always fun, is just like throw a ribbon around. This one has a little bell on it. And again, you can get these little cute little cards that you can put on, and you can just make a nice little handwritten note saying how to use it as well. And then there you go. So there's a really simple, easy DIY gift that you can give your loved ones, your friends, your family, and just a fun thing that you can even do for yourself.
That was awesome. This is so fun. I want to do this more. That was really great. Okay, so we are almost at the end. I have one other recipe. Thanks, Megan. I'm going to share with you guys a glowing skin oil, and then I'll do one other giveaway before we wrap up the class. So let me just unpin. There we go. Okay, so guys, I want to share with you one of my favorite DIYs. You can actually make it in 2 different sizes. So I'm gonna show you the base recipe, which is using an empty 30 ml glass amber bottle with a drop top. So something like this you can purchase on Amazon. You can purchase in a lot of oil supply stores. We've shared a few in the links here. Oillife.com, which also has a Canadian website, would probably be your best bet for finding various sizes of bottles. But I'm also going to let you know that if you wanted to make a smaller version, like this would be a more deluxe style gift, might be something you want to make for yourself. If you want to make a glow stick version using a roller bottle, you'll just take the recipe I share with you and cut it into 1/3, okay? Because this would be 1/3 of the size. Okay, so I want to give you 2 separate recipes. One that's more of a base recipe for glowing winter skin, very nourishing as we go into the winter months. And then the other recipe I want to give you uses the same base recipe, but adds in some luxe oils. So this would be if you wanted to make a little bit more of a luxurious gift for somebody, a little more of a higher price point. I am also going to share with you the costs to make this, which truly, if you go and take a look at ingredients, if you have a Sephora near you, for example, one of the products I always love to use as a comparison is there's a product, I can't think of the brand name off the top of my head, but it has blue tansy oil in it. I think it has tansy in the name of the oil, and it is well over $100 for the same size recipe we're going to share with you today, that even if you made the luxe version, it would cost you only a max of $35 to make. Okay, so this is a super cool way to put your oils to work. And blue tansy is one of the oils I'm going to share with you, which it comes in a smaller, a 5 ml bottle, which is going to give you about 80 drops. Okay, well worth it. For this here costs less than a product you'll buy at Sephora that only has a little bit of not pure blue tansy in it. Did you stick with me there in that loop? So this is a really great oil to have when it comes to beautifying recipes. So this is the recipe. Again, let's base it off of the 30 ml size. So the first oil you're going to add is 20 drops of lavender. all of the oils I'm sharing with you have constituents in them that are very beneficial to skin health. But this specific ratio of oils is going to be great if you live in drier climates heading into winter, where your skin's going to be needing some more nourishment. So 20 drops of lavender essential oil first, and then 10 drops of frankincense, 10 drops of copaiba. I wanted to quickly mention copaiba just launched as a roller bottle last month, and that makes it even easier to apply to skin. I do want to share with you guys related to that, it makes an amazing nail bed nourisher. So the new copaiba roller bottle would be a go-to for just moisturizing your cuticles and growing strong nails. Give it a try. You'll notice right away that your nails have like a very solid strength to them. Next oil is geranium, 10 drops of geranium. So again, that was 20 lavender, 10 frank, 10 copaiba, and 10 geranium. Once you've done that, you're just going to be up about a quarter of an inch of the way with essential oils. You're going to top all of the rest of that up with fractionated coconut oil. And again, this is your base recipe. When you look at the cost per drops and you look at the cost, an amber glass bottle like this will cost you $2 to $3. And then your fractionated coconut oil might cost you about $5 for this amount. The total for that base recipe would be about $14. Which makes it just a very economical gift, especially for a girlfriend or anyone in your life that just loves beautifying gifts, right? But let's go to that next level. For those of you that want to create more of a luxe version of this, you're going to use those same 4 oils to start with. But this is the recipe I want you to check out for this. So again, 20 drops lavender, 10 drops of frankincense. You're going to drop copaiba down to 5 drops. And geranium down to 5 drops. And then you're going to add 10 drops of blue tansy. So again, blue tansy is a little more of a luxe oil. It's 34 cents a drop. Once you've added your essential oils for this luxe recipe, you're going to work with different carrier oils for this one. So what I suggest is you go halfway with either argan oil, A-R-G-A-N, or jojoba oil. You guys have probably seen those before in recipes. Jojoba is Jojoba. Now, the reason argan or jojoba oils are great for skin oils is because they most closely resemble the sebum level of your skin. So they absorb very nicely. They're velvety. They're a little more velvety than fractionated coconut oil. And then here's what I'm suggesting for the remaining half of this bottle, our yarrow palm serum. So you can just pour it right in. That would be a super luxe gift for yourself, for a friend. And that version would cost you about $35 to make. And again, this would be something better, but I guess comparative to what you might purchase at Sephora, that would be between $100 and $150, okay? And again, one of the great things about making gifts with our oils, especially when it comes to skin health, is you are supercharging those recipes because you're using pure essential oil. We're not just, you know, when you're buying something that says it has lavender or geranium or even frankincense on the label, you cannot know where those were sourced. You can't know the quality of those oils. Whereas when you're making this yourself, it's like when you're making a great homemade meal for your family, you know exactly what you're putting in that recipe as opposed to buying something from the store shelves, right? Even better if you're growing your own vegetables for that food, right? So this is what you're working with when you're working with doTERRA. Totally pure, supercharged. It takes all of your recipes to that next level. And you could package this up beautifully with some twine around the top. You could create your own labels like we've mentioned a few times. It's pretty easy to do. Vistaprint, Colleen mentioned earlier, really easy. You just pick out your label size. You could even just purchase labels for your printer and create something on Canva or PicMonkey. Or you could just, you know what I like to do is use an old school label gun. You know the ones, right? Just like the standard, just, it's like you typed it, right? And just put it on there. I like that look. It's kind of industrial. And or you could do like stickers. I like using like fun foil heart stickers put on the front there. But I wanted to also share with you the method for best using an oil like this. So after you've cleansed your skin, this would be a great oil to use at nighttime, again, to nourish while you're sleeping. It's a little bit of a heavier oil, so I wouldn't recommend using it in the mornings. If you're going to be wearing makeup, for example, it could cause your makeup to run a little bit. But so cleanse your face first. The second thing I wanted to mention, and this could be a cool gifting pairing, a gift pairing idea. How many of you have tried micro rolling before? Derma rolling, micro rolling. You can buy these rollers with various pin sizes, and you'd want to go with like a 0.5 millimeter pin size. That would be a good use for just starting out. This is something you can do 2 to 3 times a week. Okay, so not every night. But what you would do is after you've cleansed your skin, you could use a roller like this. And what it does is you just roll it a few times on each surface area of your skin, focusing mostly on cheeks, forehead. You could do a little bit of chin. You'd want to avoid the neck or under the eyes. But what this does is it gently pricks your skin so that your skin actually releases collagen. So it's a little bit of an exfoliant at the same time, but it really helps to plump your skin. It's great if you have any acne scarring or pitted skin or aging skin. So what you could do to pair with this beautiful nourishing oil is after you cleanse the skin, then you just micro roller, and then your skin is primed and ready to accept a beautiful oil like this. Okay, so then you could just do a nice thin layer over your skin. And the fourth step you could consider adding would be using something like a gua sha. I think that we actually have one. I don't know if it launched today. I'll have to check the dates, but in our holiday catalog, you can actually purchase a Doterra jade gua sha, or is it rose quartz? Sorry, rose quartz. And anyway, this one here is by a company called Wildling, and you can just use it to work that oil in. You can focus on your jawline. You can use different sides of it to go up on the skin, and it just helps to work that product in really nicely. In the summer months, you can keep something like this in the fridge, and then it's kind of cooling and helps move the lymph. If you wake up in the morning with really puffy eyes, this feels so good to just go under the eyes, over the eyelid, always working towards the scalp. Okay, so you could create a nice little gift option with your, even if you did a glow stick version where you cut those oils by 1/3, and you coupled one of these with a micro roller. You can buy these for like $10 or less on Amazon, or I've even seen them at Winners, HomeSense, Marshalls. So you can, they're pretty affordable. And that'll make a really sweet gift. So that was our last DIY we wanted to share with you guys. I saw a few questions I just want to quickly answer, and then we'll do one more giveaway. Oh, great, you guys are answering for each other. Awesome. 10 drops of blue tansy. Yes. Great, Krista. Yeah, we've shared a similar recipe to this in our Healthy Habits program, which will be coming up again in February. If you guys want to join us for that, we teach you a fun way to instill this lifestyle in 21 days. So, okay, I want to do one last giveaway, then we'll wrap up the class. We've just gone a little over an hour here, so kudos to the team here. We got a lot of information in the last hour. Okay, for our last giveaway, you guys, I have a number written down on a Post-it note in front of me. I want to hear from you guys. What was your favorite DIY today? What's that one DIY you are definitely going to make? And whoever answers, based on the number I'm sharing here, I'll give you just about 10 seconds to enter those responses in. I'll come back in just a second. For those of you that joined the class a little bit late today, we have recorded this. It will be available along with the ebook of recipes by this Friday. And you can find it at wholefit.com/holiday class. So you're welcome to share that out with any friends or with your customers if you have a team. We also have the holiday products, which have launched today in part. So half of the products launched today, the other half will launch December 1st. And you can find the catalog if you guys want to purchase some pre-made products that Doterra has released. They're super sweet. It's a really nice assortment this year. The link for that is bit.ly/DT Holiday 2021. The last thing I wanted to mention before we go is we do have a code let me just scroll up here. If anyone is attending the class today and is not yet part of our team, when you attend our Monday classes, right now, we have a free gift for you. When you purchase a kit within 3 days of this class, you can enter promo code. I'm going to type it into the chat there. CASC2021 VRR, all in capital letters. You can type that in when you're enrolling with your starter kit, and you will receive a free Breathe, or it's called Easy Air in Canada, roller bottle. Okay, so that's a fun little perk of our class. Okay, so I am looking for number 7, lucky number 7, as Beck said earlier. Just gonna scroll up here and see who our final winner is. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jessica Ball, you are our winner. So Jessica, if you could please email Jill at teamholfit@gmail.com. We will get a bottle of vanilla out to you guys. I see that you guys have shared lots of different favorites in the chat. Glowing skin oil, detox bath. I think every one of our recipes were mentioned here. So we hope you enjoyed this class. We'll probably do this one every year. If you don't know this, on Mondays right now through till the end of December, every Monday we teach an intro to oils class at 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. every single Monday until end of December. So we have an 8 p.m. class happening tonight. You're welcome to join. You would use this same Zoom room link. And that's an intro class going through the top 10 oils. So that's a great class just to join in if you're brand new or just want to refresh. And then I wanted to also let you know that starting in the new year, in January, we will be starting a new class, which is an onboarding class for anyone who's new to our community, to teach you how to make use of your wholesale account, where to order supplies from, like the ones we mentioned today, how to customize your orders to support your specific health goals. So it's like a new customer onboarding idea. And so you're welcome to join us for that if you want to in January, or to let anyone on your team know who's brand new. But anyway, we super appreciate hanging out with you guys. It was fun to do this at 2 p.m. and have so many of you join in live. Again, the recording will be uploaded as of Friday. We'll send it out through the email list if you registered for this class that way. And it is also in our oil community group. If you're in there, it's actually in there right now. We streamed into the class. So thank you guys, and big thanks and big love to my girls here for sharing today. Those were super fun, and I hope that each of you that shared a recipe today can go enjoy what you've just made and give to yourself, and then go give to everybody you know. It's a fun way to put your oils to work. All right, guys, thanks for coming. Big love to you all. Mwah. We'll see you soon.